Hey traders, this is Ron Haydat Market Tamer. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, nothing in this presentation shall constitute a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Trading stocks and options involves risk, and specific financial issues should always be addressed with your financial advisor. We'll kick off here with the Qs. The majors were basically down on the day. There was one index that was up, which we'll get to in a minute. But the Qs came off their lows. They finished down 0.64%. They gave back a little bit of yesterday's big gains. All it created was a bit of an inside day. We are still above the 5-day EMA in blue, the 20-day EMA in red. They're still on a buy signal here. The spiders, which I have a bullish position in, it's down only 0.18%, a mere 51 cents. It also came off its lows. Even had finished at the lows, it wasn't that bad. Everything's on a buy signal here, although I would like to get it above the 50-day to feel even a little more positive about it. The Russell 2000, the IWM, down 0.27%. It did set new intraday highs since the bottom, but we're here, clearly above the 5-day EMA. Visually, it's well above it at right now. We look at MDY, which are your mid caps, down 0.39%. Volume pulled back, which is a good sign as well for the bulls. You don't want to see a big red spike in volume here, but they need to get above the 50-day in orange and the 200-day in purple, both simple moving averages, and that coagulation rate in those mid to 352 to 355 area. Let's say above 355, that would also be very bullish from a technical perspective, and the target would be the previous highs. Now, the index that actually finished in the green, a whopping 32 cents, but it did it, was the Dow. Target is still the all-time highs, which occurred closing highs back on October 3rd, which is 267.79, like 500 or so points higher. Now, I've received a couple questions about gold, silver, basically the metals and bonds. And my answer remains the same. If I go back to 1-year charts, these are daily charts in Thinkorswim, gold came down, market was basically going up for a good part of the year. And gold did bounce when the market was pulling back, but it was such a little bounce. So my opinion is, well, if gold was really going to rally and the end of times are here, so to speak, for the stock market, where's that money going to go? Is it going to go into gold, into silver, into bonds, into oil? Oil's going down. Gold barely bounced. I mean, you would just call this a dead cat bounce, considering how much it's come down. If you go to silver, try that again, SLV, that barely bounced at all. I mean, it basically just went sideways. It couldn't even go up a full dollar on the SLV. They're just not ready to go to the upside, in any big way. They're just not doing it yet. Now, when we get into the end of the year, different story. They have that positive seasonality we talked about, in previous videos, but not yet. Not for at least another month and a half. And then if you go to bonds, which is TLT, it can't get out of its own way. I mean, here was the October sell-off. Bonds went nowhere, and as soon as the market rallied, they plunged again. So they're not running to any of those safe havens just yet. And they may not, who knows? But as of right now, they're still very, very not bullish, bearish, frankly. Here is SGMS. This is Scientific Games. Big day today. 25+%, huge spike in volume. I bring this one in because I love technical analysis. And once this stock cut through that, literally that triple bottom from February, March, and April, it was a hot knife through butter that day. And then we went from just under 40 down below 20. It lost 50% of its value in a quarter, in 3 months. Today's surge, closing near the highs of the day, a massive volume, blew away the 50-day SMA in orange, institutional moving average. There is a little consolidation here at 30, but frankly, the next target would be that ledge we came off of at the end of July, around 48 bucks. Yeah, the 200 days in there around 40, but even so, 26 up to 42 right now, or even up into that 45 or 46, 47 range is massive upside potential. What I might consider here, if I wanted to be bullish on Scientific Games, maybe a 20-day EMA stop, whether that's an option or a stock purchase. So you can play around with that in a paper trading portfolio because it's always free. It's never advice to buy or sell. And lastly is NVDA. I'm watching NVIDIA because they have earnings coming up 11/15. It is going to be next week. I'm curious to see how it's going to trade. We came down off of, getting up around 280, 290. Now we're sitting down here at 205. We're down as low as 175. If we get a gap up, I'm just hoping it doesn't go from here right back up to here. I'm hoping we get a nice gap up on good volume, and there's maybe a potential bullish trade idea setting up because it also enters a seasonally bullish period here soon. All right, wish you guys a fantastic rest of the day, a great Friday, and I'll see you on the weekend video. Take good care.